Hey guys, welcome back to Tyra Farms. Today I'm going to be cutting some brush. We've got a few trees down and a couple trees in the way. We're trying to get everything bush hogged and sprayed. So to do that the best we can, you got to have brush cut out of the way, and sometimes around the tree lines you'll have trees fall out of the trees, or they'll fall out of the tree line into your bottoms, and you won't be able to bush hog the bottom as good. So you've got to keep your tree line cleared up. We've got a couple of sections of the farm that we're trying to widen it, like make it a little wider. We're going to create a more wide area and regain some of our bottom back that has grown up. Because if you go 4 or 5, 6 years without like mowing an area, you're going to have pretty good sized trees. I mean, you can go from a tree this big to that big within 3 or 4 years. It just depends on what's growing. Over the course of 10 years, you're going to have a pretty good sized tree, and you won't be able to cut it down with the bush hog. Some of the stuff you can mow over, break it and cut it, but once it gets pretty good size of your fist or your wrist, it's going to be really hard to do. So what I do is I go around the property and try to cut out as much as I can that I've seen that has fallen or needs cut. And we actually have this one section that we're trying to open up. We're trying to make it a little more drivable. We have a little section, it's a little bottom, and we've not been cutting it for a while because there's a creek that goes in front of it, and it's basically just a low water cross. Like, you have to go across the creek, and for the longest time it's been really wet, and every time we're trying to bush hog it, it's been too wet to get the bush hog across the creek. So over the course of a few years, stuff has grown up, trees have fallen in this area, and we're going to try to cut it and open it up. So I just wanted to make a little video of me cutting some trees. And we also have a road that's going to be up here behind me. You can see it going up by the cellar top. We've got some low-hanging trees, like a bunch of limbs have really dropped, and they're hanging over the road. So if you're up on a tractor or the side-by-side's hitting it, and we just want to clear all that out to make it more drivable, and you don't have to worry about getting smacked in the face by a limb. So it makes it easier to drive, and you don't have to worry about ripping stuff off. And it's a beautiful day. It's Friday, 6 o'clock, and the sun's gone down. Well, it's not really gone down, but it's got some good cloud coverage, so I'm not going to burn up today. The other day when I was spraying, it was really hot, and that's perfect for spraying. And I'll link that video up here. When I was spraying the other day, it was like 95 degrees, which is perfect for spraying. And I already see a deer up here above the garden. We have a couple of deer that like to hang out around the garden. They haven't gotten the garden yet, but I believe they want to. So as I drive up through here, if he doesn't move, I'll get a video of him. I've already seen probably 4 or 5 turkeys. We've got rabbits and groundhogs all over the place. And here in the next hour or two, the deer will start coming out. So I'll get some video of them if I can. So I'll bring y'all right back and we'll start cutting, okay? See you in a little bit. Okay guys, I'm back. I've got up here to the spot where I'm wanting to work for the next little bit. And I'll kind of show you what I was talking about, how it goes across the creek. And it's kind of up. It's hard to explain. It's across the creek, and it's on the lower part of a hillside, and it's a little spot, but it can be a nice little spot. It used to be a lot bigger, and over the years it's kind of just grown up slowly, and we've lost a lot of usable land. So I'll show you here as I'm walking back to it. You can see the side by side, and right here is the creek, and there's a couple little limbs right here I need to cut. And it don't really look like much up here. Like, it just looks like I'm parked in there. And what I was talking about, like when whenever you have a tree line and then you've got bottoms, you're going to have stuff like you see this log here, right here at the end of my finger there, and there's the rest of the tree up there. So this whole section could have been bush hogged, and it's not being bush hogged because there is a tree going all the way across the creek. And I'll get a little better angle, and the creek is like right up here. So the tree comes out right here and it goes across the creek up here. The creek's like right up here. So all this could have been bush hogged. So it didn't get bush hogged, or we didn't back in there because of the tree. So what I've got to do is cut that out, and I'll probably pile it up, burn it, and then we'll have another 10 foot back to the creek and another probably 10, 15 feet that way. I mean, it adds up. You just lose a lot. It really opens up your property. If you let trees fall and you don't clean them up, you're just going to slowly lose more and more land. I mean, you're just going to lose more and more. I've got a couple little things I'm going to cut here, and I'll show you. So the creek is right here, and I will show you what I mean. Here's the creek. It's coming through here, and it's going that way. And then it goes over to where that tree was that fell. And this is really soft, and I've got some deer prints here, if you can see them, like right here and here, and the deer just love it through here. But this is still, I mean, you see it's pretty wet, and we've had a bunch of dry days, so we've not really had a lot of rain for about a week or so, and it's still pretty wet. So you can imagine when it does rain normally, this stays really swampy through here. So we've just not had a lot of time to mow it, and I'll show you what I mean by how it opens up in here. So I've walked in here where the side-by-side was, and now look. I mean, there's a lot through here. Dad bush hogged in through here the other day, and there were some trees up here in the way, and we still have another probably 20, 30 yards we can clear up, but we couldn't because there were trees down. You can see there's one right here at the tip of my finger. It still has green on it. It's pretty good size. He just kind of knocked it down. Didn't want to get it in the bush hog. But all this, there's a hillside right here, and it just comes straight down. And then the creek is on the other side, which we probably have another 5 feet we can go over to the creek. And this is a pretty good spot. We have let this grown up over the years, and like I said, it don't take long for a spot to grow up. I'll show you what I'm going to try to do today. I got this to cut up and get out of the way, and I came up here the other day and sprayed. And I'm trying to watch out for snakes because copperheads are bad up here. And here, I don't know what's happened here, but I didn't notice this yesterday. Just seen this. Looks like a deer skeleton as I was walking up here. So right all through here. Bunch of bones. And we find bones on the property all the time. We got coyotes really bad. And they look like they've been there a while. They're pretty dried out. I mean, it's every other week if I'm out doing something on the property, you'll find something dead. But yeah, that's that's been here for a long time. And I'm actually going to get it out of the way because the bones will actually like puncture your tires. So I'm going to clean them up, get my gloves on, and get them out of the way so we don't have to worry about flattening the tire. So, but on up here, I did spray this the other day, and you can tell these briars already. I think it was about 3 days ago I sprayed, and this stuff is already like getting pretty brittle. So that's good. Like I said, I'm trying to watch out for snakes too. I don't want to get ate up. I got a tree here to cut, and then up through here, there's a bunch of briars up through here, and we got a couple trees here, a big tree here, and this is where the work starts. So I'm going to try to clear all that, and up in here, you see all the green right through there. That's another section, kind of like this behind me. So once I get all this cleared up around the hillside and back down, and then this over to the creek a little more, this is going to be a good little section. And what we'll do is just try to keep it mowed and won't have to worry about it. So I'm really watching out for snakes. I killed one copperhead already, and I've caught a couple black snakes, which I'm not worried about the black snakes at all. Actually, we lost them. We want as many black snakes as possible. But everything looks pretty good. And what I'm going to do is get the chainsaw out, get it started, and I'll get some of this cut up, and I'll bring y'all back, okay? Appreciate you watching. See you in a second. Okay guys, I'm going to clean all this up. I've got enough to do for a little bit. I want to pile this up and just get it out of the way. I may try to burn it. I may take it out in the bottom, and some night I may make a brush pile. But I've got a little bit more to do. I'll bring the camera forward, and I'll bring the side-by-side on up through here. A lot of this stuff on the right is just briars, and the briars are pretty thick up there, and I've got a really thin shirt, so I should have wore a little thicker shirt. And sometimes I have thicker long sleeves. It helps whenever you're cutting a tree down and briars come down on you. So I should have wore that, my mistake. But I'll bring the side by side on up there, and we'll cut some more. I've got a couple big ones to cut, so I'm gonna get all this stuff out of the way. I don't want to be moving around and trip over stuff. So I'll bring you right back. Thank you all. Oh, okay guys, I'm killed. I've got a lot of it cleared out. I just cut a pretty good sized tree. Dropped it over here, and it's pretty good size, about the size of my leg. So it's not a bad sized tree, but it's bigger than anything I've been cut. Sorry, I think I ate some sawdust. So I've got that one cut, and you can see the side by side back here. That's where I left it. I've got some of this cleared out now. The only thing it is just briars. So this is all briars. I cut a big tree, like I said, where I'm standing. I got some of these trees that had fallen. Got them cut out of the way. You can see some of the bigger stuff I've been throwing these couple logs right there. I just threw those over on the hillside. But the rest of this, now we have a little bit more room to get the bush hog in here. So, not seen any snakes, knock on wood. So that's good. I've been watching and making a lot of noise, so it's giving them enough time to kind of get up out of my way. But it looks a lot better. So I've got a couple trees here are gone, and then that big one that was here, and it really opened it up. I'll get back here to the side by side where I was a second ago, and you'll be able to see what it looks like. So a lot more open up here, and all this brush on the side, it's just briars. I can run over that with the bush hog. So I've got it to where I can get about another 10 feet over here and about another 5 to 8 feet on the left side. So that's going to open it up a lot. A couple of these overhanging trees, I don't have anything to get those, and I really don't want to cut the whole tree down because they're actually on the hillside and they're just leaning over kind of in my way. So not in my way, and I don't really want to cut them, but I want to get some of the overhanging limbs out. So I may get them next time. I'm going to clean up a little bit here, and then I'll be done with this section. For right now, I'm going to come back maybe in a day or two and try to get up through there a little more. There's one little tree I may try to cut up there before I go, but I've got it a lot better. I've only been up here, I mean, not even an hour, and I've got a lot of it done. There's another section I want to get done closer to the house, and it's getting about dinner time, so I will check back in with y'all here in just a second, and we'll wrap it up. Thank y'all. Okay guys, we're pretty much done. I've got a few other things I'm going to do while I'm up here. It's been a excuse me. It's been a beautiful afternoon. The temperature has been perfect. It's about 8 o'clock now. I'm going to load everything up, pack it up, get my chainsaw and everything put up. I'm going to work in the garden a little bit, try to get some stuff watered. It's not rained for a few days, so I'm trying to keep some of the stuff watered. But it's been a beautiful afternoon. Excuse me. But it's really nice out. Try to take advantage of these nice days. They're nice and cool. I know we've got some rain coming up in the next week, so I'm trying to get some stuff taken care of, and we're going to try to start bush hogging pretty heavy here in the next 2 weeks. So there's a lot to do, and we're still working on the farmhouse, working on the floor. It's been a pretty big project, so I've got some more videos I'm going to do on that later on. But until then, I appreciate y'all watching. Hope y'all like everything. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will keep you posted. And until then, y'all have a great day and be safe. Come on.